By the way, send me the app because now I'm going to need to do some stuff.
Oh, do you not have it yet? Dude,
no.
I was hounding Fergus.
I know. I saw the first text. I didn't.
I started hounding him in person. I was like, tell me what it is. Tell me what it is. And
it's so good.
12 hours later, he's like, sorry, mate, just woke up. It's called I'm Terrified. You know?
Sorry, mate, it's 2 p.m. I just woke up.
Basically, yeah, honestly.
Hey, SPN family, I'm Steph with Creation, and welcome back to the third day of our virtual experiences featuring the cast of Supernatural. I just want to remind you that the top 5 tippers win a 10-minute group video meet and greet with Jensen and Jared right after this panel. So make sure your top supporter information is updated with your current email address. To find that, just under the Stage It screen, you'll see a little trophy icon. Next to that, you'll see a green link that says complete your top supporter information. And it's really important we have your email address there. Also, if you'd like to tip, click the green tip button on the bottom left-hand corner of your Stage It screen. And remember, tipping ends as soon as the guys come off screen. So any tips made after that will not be counted. All right, you guys, today is the day we've all been waiting for. Reunited, and it feels so good. Please welcome Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki.
Hey, guys.
Now I've got that song, Reunited, and it feels so good.
Please never do that again.
Shut up.
So I was saying to Ackles, we have officially changed positions because now I am like clean cut and have the Dean Winchester haircut, and he is rocking Sam Winchester circa season 1 for sure.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, you kind of had there was a little of this. There was a lot of bangs going on early on.
Well, I had to hide the forehead, man. I got the Polish forehead. I don't know
This is. Oh my gosh! Oh, I look like somebody who belongs in prison. It's like, listen, Your Honor, you're right. I shouldn't have taken that family captive.
No. I shouldn't still have them captive.
Yeah. So here's the deal, Jared. I need to ask, you do like these like weird top knots, which I know is not going to happen. But
it's a man bun. It's not a top knot. It's a man bun.
Whatever it is, it's wrong. Secondly, is what kind of beanie needs to happen in order to kind of make this not do like basically that?
Well, that looks like Sonic the Hedgehog or like an anime character.
It's Ace Ventura. Get it straight. It's Ace Ventura with a beard.
I think it's Dragon Ball Z. So Maisie, if you're out there, Maisie was the first one to ever buy me a Beachfield. This is not a paid ad, but I wear Beachfield slouchy beanies because
So you still wear? So you did now. Fun fact, right? You actually tried to contact those people and say, "Hey, I can't find you. I'm out of your Beachfield, and and they only make them in the UK. And you couldn't get them in."
It's changed now. You can get them on Amazon now.
Okay.
But 4 or 5 years ago when I got them, I was like, these are amazing. I tried to buy them here in the States, or we were in Canada filming like season 10 or something. And I was like, hey, I can't find your beanies in Vancouver, but I live in Texas as well. I go to LA sometimes. And they're like, oh no, mate. Well, glad you like our product. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna kick it up a notch. And I was like, well, while filming my TV show, I do travel around to Toronto. And they were like, oh, TV.
By the way, I don't know if you're doing like Brisbane, Australia, or like South Africa, or
combination,
like Inverness, Scotland.
By the way, that's where they're
a little bit of everything.
Well,
right?
His mom was from Inverness, but his dad was from Brisbane. So yeah. And then they were raised in Johannesburg.
Okay, well then it really makes sense. I mean, you're killing it. You're nailing it.
Yeah. So like, okay, mate. Well, we love TV as well. And I was like, hey, can I buy a bunch? And they're like, no, but we wish you well. And I was like,
Sonangvar.
Basically. And so finally they sell them on Amazon. But now I don't. But the awkward thing now is that
you don't really need it.
I don't need it. So I started wearing beanies. I think some people know this, but because I was working out at Bally's Total Fitness in Studio City.
I think it's Ballets.
20 years ago. And as I was running, my hair was flipping around, and the person on the treadmill next to me was like, they were looking around like something was dripping, and they realized it was my hair like flying in the wind. I had your hair. And so they moved like one treadmill over, and I was like, oh, okay, note to self. And so I started wearing beanies, and now I wear them in 100 degrees. I mean, you know.
But then also take it a step further. So you tackled the problem with a beanie.
I did, yeah.
And then years later, I'm running with him, training. We're training for a marathon, and we're in a gym, and we're both side by side on a treadmill because the weather is just awful. And he and I are running, and we're like 11 miles on a treadmill. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever run 11 miles on a treadmill.
Not fun.
It is like painstakingly boring.
Yeah.
And I certainly have never done it.
It was like December in Vancouver. So
right.
It was awful.
You have logged thousands of miles on a treadmill. I'm not a big runner. My body's not designed for it. I've got bow-legged. I should be riding a horse. But we're running, and we get it to like mile 5 or 6 or whatever. And I noticed that from my elbows, I'm flinging sweat. It's just flying. And I was making fun of Jared earlier when we got on the treadmill of why are you wearing socks on your sleeves? Like he had like these tight things on his arms. And I'm like, we're inside. It's not, I mean, I understand if you're going to go outside for the warmth and stuff. He's like, you'll see. And within like 6 miles, it was like flinging sweat all over. And I like had to figure out, like, I don't know what I did. I just kept toweling my elbows off as I'm running. It was
awkward. It was an awkward running position.
It was really awkward. And then you moved over because you were embarrassed of me, and that's fine.
Well, I was just like sick and tired of your sweat.
Of getting hit, hitting you in the face.
Whole sweat. The well sweat. All right. Hey guys.
We probably should answer some questions because we have. It's been a while since we've done this. Clearly,
first and foremost, I think I'll speak for both of us. Say we miss you guys. Thank you all for joining us on a Sunday. When
I missed you, dude.
I miss you back.
You know, this is the longest Jared and I have gone without seeing each other in 15 years.
I know. I started to. I was with on your birthday. Happy birthday, Ackles. I would sing to him right now, but we don't have a group, and I can't sing alone.
And you can't fall in the background and let everybody.
Jensen, happy birthday! I was with Jen for our anniversary trip, and
happy anniversary.
Yeah, thanks. Happy birthday. But I started typing out a birthday. I was like, oh, I'm gonna like do a birthday tweet or something, like it's my boy's birthday. And then I was like, how do I word this? And I was like, well, this is the first birthday in 17 birthdays that I haven't like been able to give you a hug and go like happy birthday.
It's weird.
I got a little teary, and I was like, I'm not sending that. I'm gonna push it inside. It's healthy to hold it inside.
Just push it down.
But you don't look a day over 41, man.
Hey, I don't feel a day over 47, so it's fine. All right, let's do some questions here. You want to take the first one there, brother?
Betty B, you got it. Betty B, Brittany Marriott. This is Jenny from VA. Oh, okay. Brittany is Brittany. Okay, got it. I was like looking at the. So Brittany, our friend Brittany, it came from her, but it says, this is Jenny from VA. What is something you have learned about yourself as parents during this past year? Oh, okay. I'll give it a go. I have learned that I think I've learned some degree of patience, but in real time, I've learned that I simply could not do it without my wife. I'm really good in spurts. Like Jensen was saying that he's not a big marathon guy. He's more like a high octane athlete. Like sprint, fine, he'll do it. With athletic things, like I like the long term. Like, tell me to run for 8 hours, and I'll do it. But I'm the opposite as a parent. I'm like, listen, I can be great for like half an hour at a time. So I'm like sort of like, I'll go in, I'll help get the kids ready. I'll wake up in the morning, work on my stuff, and come in and help with breakfast, help wake them up. And then about an hour into it, I'm like, I don't know what to do now. Jen, like tag team, you're in. And I'll go FO to the guest house or something, or take the garbage out. So for me, I learned that I'm a better. Well, I feel like, I don't know, you are, Ackles. Like for me, I feel like hour 2 or 3, I start to get a little impatient and go like, man, I just want them to act like an adult. Like, why do they not understand? Oh, because they're 3 and 7 and 9, or almost 9. But I'm having a good time. But I've learned that I can't do it alone.
Yeah, I would say that what I've learned is I've always been, or at least I've always thought I was quite a patient person when it came to, worldly dealings and dealing with friends and dealing with family and dealing with relationships. And I always found that I had quite the long fuse. I think Jared could probably attest to that. And I've found that my parenting fuse is far shorter than I had ever hoped it would be. And that is to say, not that I'm getting angry or anything. It's the frustration. And like Jared said, it's when you've got 3, and he and I both have 3 children. It's there's a lot, and I have learned to ask for help. I have learned to not try and do everything that I thought I was going to be able to do, which is like get all 3 of them ready for bed within 30 minutes. Like, oh, so and so is calling in 30 minutes, or you got to Zoom in half an hour. You got to get so and so ready, or you got to do this. Be like, oh yeah, I got that. So it's I think learning to extend that fuse. That's something that I've done as a parent, and as a man, inherently, like, we don't want to ask for help. That's not our MO. We want to fix things. We want to do it ourselves and complete the task. So I think realizing that that's not always going to be the case, and that you not only need help, but you need to have more patience. And really, this is just when Danielle asks me to do something. This is when she's like, hey, can you get them all breakfast real quick?
When she finally, or she's like, okay, Jensen.
Yeah, but meanwhile,
I do something too.
she steps in and she does it in like, not in a half. She does it in like 20 minutes or 15. And I'm like, I don't understand how. So there's been a big humble pie that I've had to eat being home so much, and that is realizing how superhuman my wife is and how human I am.
Yeah, subhuman you are.
Sub, yes, yeah, like a troglodyte.
Thank you for the question. All right, Ackles, I'm gonna take that.
Okay, is that Zlata? Zlata from Russia. Question is, what's the strangest dream you've ever had? Thanks, guys, for your creativity. Love you so much. Well, thank you from the United States. Yeah. And strangest dream. I've had some weird dreams, and they're usually mushroom induced. That's not true. I have strange. We've lost Jared. Copy that. He's going. He's 1. Copy. So I would say as far as strange dreams go, I don't know about you, Jared, but I've had a few reoccurring dreams in my life that are still as vivid as like watching a movie in my mind, like in my waking mind. And they usually revolve around some sort of apocalyptic thing that's happening, and I'm having to save somebody that can't save themselves, and it just sucks. And I always get caught in like the stairwell of a parking garage, listening to like the enemy close in, and I don't know that there's I don't know what that means. But it's one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I have a recurring dream where I'm like a victim in an apocalypse, and this bow-legged dude runs in to save the day, but gets caught in a stairwell. And I'm just kidding. I did have. What were you gonna say? I did have.
And you're in like the robot alien thing that Ripley used.
Yes.
Aliens.
Were you in my? Quit haunting my dreams. Dude.
Listen, you were in mine.
I did have a dream. One time, I remember this dream. I've had many strange dreams, but I had one dream where I was living. Ackles, you know where this was? It was sort of like Vineland and Moore Park area, in LA and in Sherman Oaks, I guess that was, like around the border of Burbank, I guess. Anyways, I had a dream that somebody was sneaking into the house, and then my door opens and there's like a ghost or something, and then the sheets start moving, the lights start going on and off, and then I woke up from the dream. And then I saw like a figure or something, and I thought I was awake because it's really weird. If this makes any sense. I woke up from my dream into another dream, and then actually woke up. So I had a weird dream where I sort of like someone was in the place, and I could hear something, and they came into my room and things were moving around. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, thank God, that was just a dream. And then it happened again. And then I thought I was awake. And then I finally actually woke up. And so that was not kind of whoever creates dreams, because it was pretty scary. So I didn't really go back to sleep. That was about 20 years ago. So luckily I did some studying. I got my black belt in demon hunting. It took 15 years, 15 and a half. So I got my black belt. We both got like 2-stripe black belts in demon hunting and ghost hunting. And so now they don't bother me anymore.
Somebody asked me the other day, could you really like handle yourself in a like a paranormal situation?
Wow.
And I said, look, if I played a doctor on TV for 15 years, could I handle a triage situation?
Can you fix my shoulder?
and I was like, I might know a few things and a few ideas. I might be able to like, tourniquet that, or I might be able to say, you need to see a real doctor.
Yeah. But don't give me a scalpel.
But don't give me a scalpel.
That's a good way to put it. All right. Thank you, Zlata. C. Kreider. Vancouver misses you. I miss Vancouver. Hope you can come back soon. How are the Impalas? Well, I do have one sitting in my garage. Sat in last night, turned it on, made sure it's still running. So she's good. Ackles, how's your girl?
I've sold her parts, and she's
four people just died. 4 people just had a heart attack and died immediately.
Yeah, no, here's the thing. Like now she lives on in other cars, and it's like I donated blood or I gave her kidney.
Didn't we do an episode about like James Dean's Porsche that a part got put into it and killed somebody? So now they're going to be like 4. We're going to have to redo this on.
Hey, no. The Impala never killed. The Impala only brought luck. So now there's a dozen cars out there.
You did beat the shit out of somebody in the Impala and baby. So
that's
maybe
true. Yeah, but I also made love to it. I also made love to an angel in the backseat.
That's true. So it's probably okay.
Yeah. The Impala is intact and well and safe and covered and in a secure location in Austin, Texas.
No. This is you, bud.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it says Jared, so I'll take it.
No, yeah, you take it.
You take it. Carla 1421. Jared, I'm loving Walker so much. Amazing. And it keeps getting better. Amazing. Any chance we'll see director Ackles there one day? Well, I'm going to sell out my dear friend who stood in my wedding and say he was supposed to direct season 1, but he got a job with some guy who created a show or several shows, and he had to leave. So as soon as this bow-legged apocalypse hero,
this bow-legged troglodyte,
Toronto troglodyte. I don't know. What do you say?
I don't know. I don't know how you'd make that one work.
Yeah, I abandoned. So yeah, I cannot wait. I've been begging them for what's been 2 years now to come direct or
full disclosure. Jared somehow blackmailed somebody up in the studio and said, listen, if you don't let Jensen direct, then I'm going to shave my head. And so I was slated to direct episode 5.
Which was the last fresh one to air,
which was the last one to air. But unfortunately, I was having to go back and forth to LA every like 10 days for the boys to do superhero outfit fittings, which who knew how long that needed to take. But it just so it didn't work out. I was really stoked. I had gotten the script and had told Jared that this is shit and that I will not. I refuse to do this. No, it was something I was really looking forward to.
He only took the boys because he was like, well, how do I get out of Walker?
Right.
I guess we'll work with Kripke in Toronto.
I only took one job to usurp another. That was really. No, it was. I mean, I thought it was going to be really. It'll be really cool to be on set with him again, and I know that for and I forgive me if I'm speaking out of turn. Jared, I think was looking forward to having somebody who knew him so well to be there on set with him in helping kind of in a creative manner, divert from Sam, because I know and he clearly didn't need any help, but I was kind of looking forward to kind of getting the band back together, so to speak, and that will happen. I have no doubt.
Yeah, can't wait. Thank you, Carla. All right. Hey, Misha, I'm from Paraguay. I'm not one for serious questions, so what's the most random thing you have in your home? Are you going to do Misha or should I? I'll do Misha.
Well, are you going to do Misha or are you going to do Cass?
Are they different?
Not really.
Like Cass circa season 4 or like season 10 or 14?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'd Cass circa 14.
Okay. 14. Okay. Mara Valdez, 21. Thank you. Misha here. Nice to hear from you. I have something weird in my home.
Mm-hmm.
I have the left ankle of everybody I raised from perdition.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for asking.
Mm-hmm.
Fart.
Yeah, I would add
Yeah.
that I also have something weird in my home. It is a cutting board. Why would you need a board to cut? You just cut. So that's again something that I think.
That was more like season 13, but on
it was. Yeah, I was trying to like kind of blend the two.
Yeah.
All right, Jensen, will you tell us a little about Chaos Machine and your plans for it? So Chaos Machine is a production company that my wife and I started under the umbrella of Warner Brothers Television, and they have tapped us to bring them some content, some TV projects. So we're currently working and developing about 5 different projects right now. We have one that we are taking its final step to delivering to network this week, actually. And we'll probably have an idea of when you guys can see that material by the end of this week. Hopefully it's sooner than later. Until then, we're just trying to find material that we think is fun and exciting, not necessarily, genre specific. We're kind of across the board. We have a really cool project that I'm excited about with a Supernatural alum. I don't want to give away too much because, like Jared, I don't like to talk about projects until they're like baked, and these are all kind of like in the mixing process. So we'll just say we've got some fun things happening. As you know, entertainment industry and developing is a rocky road, a tough road to navigate. But we've got really, if we were just individual or independent, it would be even a taller, higher hill to climb. But the fact that we've got Warner Brothers kind of we're one of their players now. So that makes it really interesting. It makes it really fun. That's really what I've been spending most of my time doing here in mountains of Colorado.
Amazing. And I think, so it doesn't say this from Winchester, but I know your next question that cut off is, will Jared be in it? And absolutely. I will totally roll over, go from stage 1 to stage 3 and be on Jensen and Dee's new show.
Yeah.
The question got cut off. And then
Wait a second. I have a new development here.
Is there there it is. Jared's already there. Is that Beachfield? What is that? That looks good.
I don't know. It's a beanie.
It looks good, man. See, now you know. Now that you're here.
It's a toque. It's a toque from all my Canadian brethren.
Well, Vancouver misses you, so you're telling Vancouver you miss it back.
Okay. Where did we leave off? Did we
Olitka. Oh, my eyes. Olitka, hi from Russia. J2, what do you think Sam and Dean do in heaven? No need to hunt anymore, but they can do whatever they want. That's a great question. I think it's up to you guys whether or not you want to see what Sam and Dean do in heaven. Start a petition, call Biden. And where are you? You're in Russia. Call Putin and Biden and make sure that Superman goes back. I don't know. Does Putin watch TV? I don't know. I've never met him. I don't know the guy. So what do they do? They think about Olitka. I would love to see what Sam and Dean do in heaven. I think hopefully they finally have found the peace they deserve so much. So I like to think they're probably talking cars and sitting on a green cooler, having a beer or two.
Where are you? I lost.
I'm at Olitka. Hi from Russia, J2. Brittany Marriott at 3:17 p.m. What do Sam and Dean do in heaven? No need to hunt, but they can do whatever they want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's not the one I got. Oh, there you go. Hi from Dallas, Texas. Did you see that one?
That's the next one.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're there. So should we go to that one?
Yeah. Well, unless you want to say what you think Dean does in heaven.
Well, I think we caught a glimpse of what Dean does in heaven. I think he drives around a baby and he pops tops on the front porch of Harvell's, and he probably goes over to mom and dad's and gets some lasagna, and then he goes drive, and I think he's just trying to live his best life. I think at a certain point he's going to miss the life, and he's probably going to get with Sam and tell Jack, hey, put us in, coach. And that's the Netflix or the Amazon or the Apple or the whatever streaming Hulu type of subscription you subscribe to. That's the reboot.
Or maybe we just grab a few GoPros and get in the Impalas and roll camera.
and then just sell it to everybody. Hey, I know a production company that would actually do that.
Can we call them? Do you know their number?
I have their number. Yeah.
Amazing. Dallas, Texas. Hi, Sarah Moore 12. Hi from Dallas, Texas. I was wondering what is something you would like to pass on to your kids that is important to you. Love you guys. Love you back. Ackles, you want to start this mess?
Pass on to the kids. I mean, I would say, well, certainly a sense of self, a sense of purpose, a sense of community. There's all those kind of self-help type of things that you can tell your kid, but I just hope that in my world I can teach my kids to just love themselves and love who they are, because I don't think you really can love other people until you love yourself. And so a strong compass in that field is, I think, required to really have a fulfilling life. So if I can leave them with that and the baby, those are the two things.
I think I have a very similar answer. I heard a podcast or read something in the last year that somebody just kind of casually said, find somebody who loves you, warts and all, and who you love back, warts and all. And I think that's something, I've been really fortunate. We've both been fortunate to meet a lot of people who know our work, and that's unusual for a human being for someone to know like what you do. And it's awesome and flattering. And we've also been in a weird situation where some people want to know you or kind of collaborate with you for maybe the wrong reasons. But the people that have really made my life better are the people that love me, warts and all. And I would say that I hope my kids seek out that sense of purpose that Ackles talked about, but also seek to find people that love them, warts and all, and that they love back, warts and all. It's one thing to like the good or the convenient you see in somebody else, but it's another to go like, you know what, this person is human, they're flawed, but I'm human and flawed also, and I just want to support this person, like whatever they're doing. Like if they're gonna make a mistake, and I'm gonna be there to say like, hey, dude, you made a mistake, I still love you. You made a mistake, like let's get through this together, and vice versa. So warts and all.
But like genital warts and all? Because
yes, all of the warts. All of the warts.
I mean, I was just checking. I didn't know if there was like a...
I mean, I still love you, right? So, I mean...
That is a very good point.
That's a very good point.
That is a very good point.
Yes. I hope no one's filming this. Louise...
I'm like sweating in this thing. How do you wear that? And you're in Texas.
Yeah, but my air conditioning's at 65.
Oh, well, you also just had a snow apocalypse in there.
Yeah, we sure did. What was the most silly fight you've ever had? I love you guys. All right, Louisa, love SPN, love you back. Silly fight.
We did an entire fight outtake that was in slow motion. That was pretty awesome.
That's right. That was the finale.
Yeah, we did that. It was, unrehearsed and unplanned.
Wow.
But we
gave each other a look right before.
You know why? Because Rob said, slow it down.
Oh.
He said, okay, guys, hey, that's a very common note for Rob. And I think most stunt coordinators is to slow the fight down.
Yeah. If you're fighting at real speed, you lose it.
Well, yeah, there's two things. There's two things that can happen if you're fighting at the speed that normal people would fight. One, the camera's not going to see it because it's so fast. It's a blur. It's a motion blur. And two, you're fighting at real speed. You have a higher chance of getting hurt. Something wrong happening. When you slow it down, you can be more precise about your movements, and the camera can see it, and it doesn't feel like you've slowed down.
Hey, did that make it? Do we have a gag reel? Did that make it to the gag reel? Do we have a gag reel?
I'm sure it did. Yeah, you guys probably see that. But at anytime like we get a note that is either just so obvious or something that we could completely play with, Jared and I don't even have to conversate. We don't have to talk about it. It's just a look of just.
Yep. Yeah. He said, slow it down. We'll slow it down.
Slow it down. And so they're like, action. And we did that so many times over the course of Supernatural. Not so many times, but
also that time specifically was a really high intensity day. I mean, that was
probably the most high octane day.
Yeah,
in years.
So we like the crew, the cast, the crew, the stunt guys and gals. Everybody needed to laugh, and we were like, okay, we know what's coming at the end of the day. We know we're about to shoot, where we're all going to be crying for 8 hours straight. So let's get this laugh in while we can. And so we just made it silly,
That's one thing that I assume I'm going to miss the most working on other shows is Jared and I had kind of a knack of when anything started to get really kind of heavy and serious, and there was a lot on the line. He and I always had a knack of just popping the bubble and taking the air out of it. And what it did was it allowed people to relax into what they needed to do. And in my opinion, it was a better product because of it. If there's so much tension, and that can lead to anxiety, and that can lead to missteps, and that can lead to people forgetting their words or stumbling and they can't or making a wrong move with it. And it's just all of a sudden you take the air out of all of that and you laugh.
Yeah.
Laughter is a beautiful cure for a lot of that. And I will be forever grateful at the laughter that occurred on Supernatural.
Amen.
Yeah. Next, where we got? Padalecki. Yes, and that one's for you.
Padalecki. I'll read it. Where'd it go?
Go for it.
It's not showing up. Weird.
Boom.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think Dean would let Sam pick the music in heaven, or would it always be driver picks music, shotgun shuts the cake hole? Well, my guess, this is a question for Ackles really, but my guess is absolutely not. Especially in Dean's heaven, and you know what? In Sam's heaven, driver picks the music, shotgun shuts the cake hole. So if Sam's driving, then he picks the music. But if Dean's driving, then I think he picks music.
I agree, but I'll add to that in saying that in heaven, no matter who picks the music,
you both hear what you want to hear.
You hear what you want to hear.
So I'm hearing like, "What is love? Baby, don't hurt
me."
Fair enough. Thank you for Padalecki.
All right. Okay. I am. Is it Nagar? We'll leave it at that. From Iran. What have you not done yet, but would like to do? What have you not done yet? I mean, I would follow that up by saying in the show, in life.
Yeah, there's some funny ways to go with it.
There's kind of other ways to go.
I've never done black tar heroin.
Let's go with the show. Let's go with what did we, now that it's over, what did we not get to do that we would have liked to have done?
I don't know, man. Legit. I don't know. I think it's easier for me to say like what Jared would like to do. I mean, I love traveling, and I would love to continue to travel and see some spaces. I would love to learn other languages. I mean, I feel like I could live, if there were 5 Jareds right now living lives, I feel like I still wouldn't be able to do all of the things that I want to do. You know what? Then maybe my answer is I would like to learn how to just calm down and chill out, because I can't stop moving, and I would love to learn how to maybe that links over to Sam Winchester. Like, I would love for him to really be at a space. It seems like he did in the final episode, at least for a little bit. I think he was still conflicted and probably still, thoughtful and pensive about his brother and the life that he had led for so long. But just learn to be, there's a question earlier about like, what do you want to pass on to your kids? And it's some degree of sort of like peace and calm and comfort with yourself and those around you. And so I don't know if I haven't done that yet, but I like to keep on working on just being happy where I am and with who I am.
I'll go the show route. I'll say that something that I think that I would have liked to have done on Supernatural, we didn't get to do, was, and I don't think I don't think there was a reason why there was plenty of reasons why we couldn't. It was just, I think, logistics. But I would have liked to have had a crossover of some sort. I would have liked to have had, gone over to like Vampire Diaries and like just nuked them all, or gone or cut a deal with AMC and The Walking Dead and have the Impala roll in and just like Slaughterhouse 5.
That should be our one stipulation. Like, we'll do more Supernaturals, but we're only going to go into other shows and kill them all.
Yes. Oh my God.
It should be like a 12-episode season of us going like to Ozark and killing the bad guys.
That's it.
Going to like, whatever else is on and just killing all the bad guys.
Talk about slumming it for the other show. Talk about a ratings dip. No,
but we'd be naked.
Talk about a ratings spike. Boom, there we go.
There you go.
We changed that.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought that would have been really cool if we could have figured out some sort of a crossover. And I mean, clearly they're doing that now on a variety of shows. So I know it's not impossible, but I just don't think it made sense given the story they were telling at the time. But that would have been fun. I would have liked to have done that. No. Next. All right, this one says Jensen, so I'll take it. What happened when you were snow tubing with JJ? Oh. Yeah. So I took JJ to go tubing down the snow hill down the road at the park, and she met a friend there who was the same age and who was tubing as well with her mom, and they asked if they could tube together, and so the mom was up at the top. And they were like, "Can they go together?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine." You know, it was safe. Everybody was masked up, and I mean, they're in full snow gear. So, so they hop on this tube or the sled, and at the bottom of the sledding hill, which is like kind of the designated sledding hill, there's a fire hydrant. I don't know why, but it was wrapped with like a gym pad. So, so here they come. They're coming down. And they just start like literally beelining right off the run right straight towards the fire hydrant, and which I had touched the pad earlier. It was solid as a rock because it was frozen. Whatever material it was in there was not cushiony at all. And so I start making my way that way, going like, surely they're gonna move, surely they're gonna like duck out or fall over or turn or do something. No, beeline straight for this immovable object. So I just threw myself in front of the sled and in between that and the fire hydrant. And I kind of like went down to try to like take the brunt of it off of my thigh and hip. And it flipped me completely over. I did like a full NFL flip into the end zone.
Did you land on your feet?
No, I landed right on square on my butt. But I had softened the impact enough for them not to have been seriously hurt. They were banged a little bit, as was I. But yeah, that's what happened. It just and I posted it, and I tried to make a joke out of it, saying like, oh, I should have just stayed there and let the camera roll, because that would have made for an epic fail video. And what kind of an influencer am I if I can't capture good good content when it happens? But I snapped into dad mode there, and it was just like, throw your body in front of the speeding train and save your children. So that's what happened with that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Kmart. What's something that when you think about it, you can't help but smile? Many jib shenanigans for me. Well, I have been laughing out loud for what? How long since the Gil video? 2 days?
I mean, I feel like I should show him what you just did to me.
Do it. All right. Here you go, Kmart. This has been my last 2 days of laughing out loud.
So Jared just sent this to me just before we started the panel.
And I've been laughing out loud like a child.
And to preface this, I would say that I sent him a picture of myself to show him some beard updates, because that's
as one does.
Because we're dumb like that, and we do stupid stuff like that. So right. he took this beard update and decided to try to like make it up a little, maybe make it a little snappier. So this is now going to be in my head for the rest of the day. The rest of the day. Okay, that's enough of that. I hope you all are laughing and not horrified.
I think you killed 4 more people.
Yeah.
4 died when you said you parted out the Impala. 4 more just died. the bearded Cardi B sing-along. So, oh man, I'm crying.
Bearded Cardi B. That sounds like a circus attraction.
Yeah, I think it is. Yes, that's fine.
That's what's been making him smile for the past few.
Yeah. Well, who did? Was it Fergus who did the one of Gil?
Yeah, Fergus did Gil.
You have that one?
We have a big text thread with a lot of the cast and we all keep in touch, which is just proof that these conventions that we go on and we show we're not just faking it. We really truly are a big group of crazy friends, and we enjoy each other's company and each other's banter. And we had this text thread. I think I actually started it with that picture of Rob. He had posted a picture and I had a comment about it. So I reposted it on the thread. And then that just like threw a whole conversation out of orbit. And this was one of the posts that the conversation led to.
I don't know how to push it.
It's so
There's also this. So Jensen just had a birthday. He's looking a little bit older, but he still looks good. Damn it. How do I do it?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I literally think I'm going to be fired because I'm spending probably 20 hours a day just on that app, like laughing to myself and there's like Bamboleo and it's good times. Good times.
I'll also say that Jared and I on occasion have been known to go back and watch the blooper reels from earlier seasons. Yeah. There's some shenanigans that have happened on set that when reminded of will simply bring a smile and a chuckle and quite possibly a spit take to the face. So yeah, thanks Kmart.
I miss you. Elena Pause. Hey guys, so nice to see you. Love you. So my question is, if Sam and Dean were telling a bedtime story, what would it be about? I'm gonna go first with you, Ackles.
Yeah, go ahead, because I gotta find something real quick.
Okay, shoot. Okay, bedtime story. So my kids want bedtime stories all that. I have that too.
Boom, done.
Yeah. That would work. I mean, I think we have 327 bedtime stories to choose from. My kids always want me to tell them like scary stories. Like, tell me a scary story about this or that. I'll be like, well, I don't really know a scary story about this or that. And they're like, well, make one up. Like, all right, I'll make one up. And then I end up telling them a story, and they like have nightmares and sleep in our room, and they'll tell Jen, like, Dad scared us. We're having nightmares. Like, you told me to tell you a scary story. Like, I don't know what to do. So my scary story.
Do you make them up?
I make them up totally. Well, they tell me. They tell me they're like, can you tell a scary story about a dinosaur? I'm like, well, okay, here we go. So one time, when you
just plug the scary story into like a movie that you've seen, or plug the dinosaur into like Exorcist. Like there was a dinosaur laying on the bed and it was possessed by Satan.
No, mine are kind of open-ended, like, because they might go to bed, in 30 seconds, and then I'll just tell the story. So I'll be like, I was walking through the yard, and I heard a noise, and I looked over. I didn't see anything. So I kept walking. I closed the chicken coop, and I made sure the gate was closed, and I took garbage to the street. I heard the noise again, but it was louder. And so I wanted to see what the noise was. So I walked over to the side of the house. I didn't see anything. That's not nothing.
Yeah.
It's a nothing story about
it's like telling a ghost story with no real punchline.
Yeah. I'm just talking until they fall asleep. And so like it carries on. Remember how we've talked about, so Ackles and I have talked about, being a background actor, where you have to be like in a bar scene. You're not the ones talking right by camera, you're behind them. Well, like the best thing to do is to start telling a joke that never ends. It's like, okay, a guy's walking down the street. He sees 2 girls and 3 guys crossing the other way. So the guy crosses the street, but 2 cars come. One's yellow, one's black. And so the yellow and black car pass up, and you're like that way it feels like.
Meanwhile, the director's like, cut. What's up with the over animated background actor? Can somebody tell him to get his arms to his side, please?
It's the only way to properly do it is to tell the longest joke of all time. If it's a 4-minute scene, like just tell a 4-minute joke that never gets to the punchline, because you're actually doing something. You're like, and then so he meets the guys. It's a guy named Jen, a girl named Jerry. So he's like, well, Jen and Jerry, shouldn't it be Jerry and Jen? And they're like, no, we're Jen and Jerry. So he starts crossing the street, sees a black and yellow car going the other way. And people are like, what? It lasts forever.
You gotta have a payoff. You gotta take a joke that has a punchline, and then you just breathe life into the, like, McDougal, the road maker.
Right.
Like you could make that one as long as you wanted, but there's still a punchline.
That's fair. But I guess when the joke is like 4 minutes long, it probably doesn't get a laugh. Yeah. You can always go with like wrecked him and nearly killed him. I mean, I guess in fairness, that's probably the best thing to do. All right. I think we have another.
You could also just always go with like a series of your dad jokes.
Oh,
which are
phenomenal.
Which are pretty great.
Phenomenal.
We're going to go back a couple of questions. Krista, this is something that makes me laugh when I think about it. Jared telling the joke. Did you hear there was
what's going on?
Did you did you hear there was an explosion at a cheese factory in France? Debris was everywhere.
That's a good one. There was debris everywhere. How many times have you told that?
I can't get through it, so I don't tell it. Because oh my gosh, I don't know why. It's just so stupid.
It's so stupid.
Oh,
it's like the video. I know. My eyes are like getting.
All right, let's get.
All right.
Where are we?
We're good. Hi, Genta. Hi, Jensen and Jared. I'm Genta from Lithuania. I can say that. Thanks for doing this. Thank you. Hope you're both doing good. We are. What is your favorite stunt you did? Jumping through the window.
That's definitely top 3.
Yeah.
My reverse 180 in Baby.
Oh yeah.
I love that one. I'm trying to think if there was, because those are definitely go-to like faves.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there was maybe a sleeper one that was really cool. I don't know. I'm sure. Oh, this might help jog a memory. We're not going to go through it, but did you get this?
I got a box. I got a box.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Jerry Wanick's all 15 seasons, 327.
I have a box.
Look at that. Look at the size of this thing. And they're numbered.
I have a box. Oh,
they're numbered. They're numbered too. This, like, I think he only made like 500 of them, and they're each like numbered. Yeah, this is number 6 of 550.
No, I must have it. Hey, do you still have this?
Yes, the mark. Yeah. Look at the first picture is though.
Awesome. Manners. Yep.
But this is so just real quick to tell the folks here.
Are they for sale or are they?
No. This was something, and he never sold them. So Jerry Wanick, our production designer, who was with us every season, and designed all the sets that you see. I mean, from the layout of a motel room to the wallpaper.
Yeah.
And he would document and go in and take pictures. And every year at the end of the season, we would get these little coffee table books that were a series of his photos that he had taken of the sets throughout the season. And he has compiled not just his sets pictures, but also just behind the scene pictures of, as you can see, it says 15 seasons, 327 episodes, into a substantial, this is the back of it, into a substantial book. And I flipped through it, and it jogs a lot of memories, dude. It's pretty cool. It's like a high school yearbook if high school lasted for 15 years.
Which it did for some people.
Yeah. Stop talking about my uncle.
Dad.
All right. Moving on. So Irina from Russia, what would have happened if Sam had been in Dean's place? Would Dean have been able to live without his brother?
I'll do that. So that little rebar couldn't have pierced my lats. We would have had like 5 more seasons because that wouldn't have hurt me.
Yeah, Sam would have gone into the rebar, and the rebar would have come out the other side of the post. So, you freaking ox.
Shit.
So I'll touch on that. I touched on this a little bit in the meet and greet a couple times in my one-on-ones. Is that I think this was the proper way to go, because I think of the two brothers, Sam was probably the one that was most likely to be able to find purpose in life outside of his brother, and to find love and a reason to keep going. And I think that Sam always had more of that kind of macro vision of life, whereas Dean was much more micro, and probably the loss of his brother would have been the beginning of the end of him. I think that he would have probably just wasted away in the back of a pool hall. I think it was better, in my opinion, that Dean was the one to go, and Sam was the only one, obviously, in my opinion, to have the capability of finding a way to live life without his brother. Not to say that, he didn't need his brother; he needed his brother, but he was, I think, just more intelligently able to navigate life. Dean wouldn't have been able to do it, I don't think, in my opinion. I just think those are a major different characteristics of those two characters, is that Sam was able to
also Sam was able to know, like, Dean would come back to life and kick my ass if I kept hunting. Like, he didn't, he brought me, like, Dean brought Sam back into the world.
Right.
And I think Dean really wanted Sam to be able to get out of the world.
Well, and I also think Sam was not only just finding a life beyond his brother dying for himself. I think he was finding a life beyond his brother dying for his brother. And so I think Sam was a character capable of understanding that and understanding the weight of that emotion. And I don't know if Dean would be able to process that in a positive way.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, I think this is our last question. Busey. Buse? Okay. Hi from Turkey. Hi. My question is to both of you. What song reminds you of your character on SPN? So this is kind of funny. My alarm, I have an iPhone, and my alarm, you can like set your alarm to be whatever you want. Like, you can make it a song in your library. And my alarm right now for the last couple of months has been Brothers in Arms by Dire Straits, which is the song that plays during the Hunter's funeral for Dean and stuff. And that just, for whatever reason, when that song hit, I didn't know. I don't know if Ackles knew, but when I watched the finale, I didn't know they were going to play Brothers in Arms for that part, and I just lost it all over again. And so that song for sure, obviously, Carry On Wayward Son is something I still listen to and makes me smile. But I don't know if anything reminds me of my character so much as reminds me of the show, reminds me of the Winchesters, reminds me of Supernatural and my 15 and a half years standing across from this dude, kind of doing the show, telling the story, and traveling around the world and meeting you guys and gals. So I don't think anything reminds me of Sam Winchester specifically, but there are several songs that remind me of the Winchesters.
Yeah, I can't listen to Back in Black without just immediately kind of snapping into character. So I think AC/DC Back in Black is certainly one that represents Dean quite well. I also think that Don't Fear the Reaper because I think that one has a lot of just weighty points in our show.
Man, I was in the car on the way to set like a month ago, and Renegade came on, and I went onto YouTube and looked up like Supernatural Styx Renegade. That's the scene from Night Shifter. Yeah. And watched it. I was like, "That's good. That's good TV. Like that's really
good TV." I know. I find myself, looking back on, whether it's a clip or a GIF or a meme or something that I catch on the internet. I saw a little. I think it was a little GIF of Dean chasing Dracula in Monster Movie, Stashwick. And I immediately was like, that was a fun show. That was a fun episode to do in a show that was never supposed to be fun. And so there are certain songs that immediately take me back to certain times in the show. I can't listen to Bob Seger Night Moves anymore. Without just thinking about you and I in the car driving, me dodging potholes, and then Don Payne-Show in the back with his sound equipment. We had our sound guy was in the trunk because he had to play back and also record our dialogue all at the same time. This was a free drive situation, so it was just Jared and I in the front seat, and then Don was literally in the trunk of the Impala. And anytime we hit a pothole or a bump or something, we were driving through a construction site. He would just send him soaring, and it almost like popped the trunk like several times. But yeah, there are certain songs throughout this show that will forever represent either the character, a moment, a scene, or the show in its entirety. And I think that speaks volumes to not only the show but also to our music producer and the music that represented us.
Yeah. All right, guys. I guess that's it. It was awesome to be able to talk to y'all in some crazy way, shape, or form.
I know, guys, just so you know, like Jared and I only see each other here, and we have gotten enough of that for our 3 lifetimes. So the fact that we can't see you is you can tell how well he and I just work off the cuff by ourselves, which is probably something that'll never change. And it'll something that I will always pride myself in. I love you, brother. Love all of you guys. I can't wait to see you guys in person soon. I miss hugs. I miss smiles. I miss laughter. I miss singing and voices and crowd and energy and all of that. And hopefully we can get all back to that soon. Here's hoping.
Yeah. Love you, brother. All right. Miss you guys. Bye. All right, Rob, our plan.
We love you. We miss you too. And we can't wait until we can all safely be together again. All right, guys, tipping is now done, and we're going to bring you the results in just a few moments. But first, make sure you're signed up for our email list for all of our blasts and all of the updates on our shows, as well as our virtual entertainment through our website, creationent.com. And also follow us on social media at CreationENT on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and at Creation Entertainment on TikTok. Thank you guys so much for being with us this weekend. We really, really appreciate it. We appreciate your love. We appreciate your support. And we cannot wait until we can see you guys again. All right. Our winners of the 5-minute group meet and greet are Hannah 921, The Road Mix, Abby Road, Ex-Miami Gal, and Algeria Biss. You guys are our 5 winners of our meet and greet, a 10-minute meet and greet. It is a 10-minute group meet and greet with Jared and Jensen. And Jared's also got his one-on-ones coming up. So if you've got that, make sure you click on the link we sent to you via email. And next weekend, we've got the cast of Lucifer as our virtual. They're going to be with us virtually, and we're going to have a great lineup, including Amy Garcia, Leslie Brandt, Tom Welling, and of course, Tom Ellis. To the cast of Supernatural, thank you guys so much for being with us this weekend. We love you, we miss you, and we can't wait to see you again. And until then, we'll see you in our virtual world. This is Steph signing off.